The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winford Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
It's Wednesday, August 28, 2024. This is CVM News at noon. I'm Ramon Gordon. The National Water Commission last month received a pipeline and fittings valued at approximately 304 million Jamaican dollars. This delivery represents the second batch of equipment in just over 16 months. Water Minister Matthew Samuda says this investment will bring great reward.
We're looking at pipes attached to three major areas of geography that we intend to build resilience so that within the next 18 months, they're benefiting from significant improvements in service, but are also drought resilient because the NRW, meaning the leaking pipes that are currently in place, would no longer be there. The first one is one that has benefited from significant coverage, but I do want to say to the people of Manchester and, of course, Eastern St. Elizabeth, that these pipes will benefit service to you significantly and will transform your communities for the next 30 years to come. These massive pipes represent a significant investment of the government of Jamaica through the National Water Commission and is a testament to the well-running of the Commission because we're able to afford these at this stage.
And with more help coming to communities hit hard by Hurricane Beryl, Southeast Clarendon MP Pernell Charles Jr. is asking residents not to sell the aid they receive. He made this appeal at a handover ceremony in the parish.
I am hearing some things on the road in relation to persons coming in to the space to give help who have gotten material that is to go to the residents. I want to warn that any material that is supposed to be for the benefit of a resident, any resident that has to pay for that material and inform me, people will be locked up. I will make sure that a report is made to the authorities because a country is we are going to be judged on how we treat people who need the help the most. And at a time like this, when people need the help, anybody who thinks they're going to come in here and manipulate it and use it against the people, you have another thing coming.
At least one educator is challenging the current structure of the CSEC mathematics examination. Principal of the Marcus Garvey Technical High School, Mrs. Aniona Jones, speaking on CVM's lead story last evening, is calling for greater emphasis on building student numeracy skills before they enter secondary education.
One of the key things that I want Jamaica to be aware of is that many of our children do not necessarily have the kind of start that they need to be able to do well in the way that the CXC mathematics examination is written. It is written for superb conceptual understanding. So not just being able to use a formula, but understand how somebody came up with the formula in the first place. And that requires intense math instruction at a certain level, all the way from early childhood all the way through. And so with so many of our students getting all the way to grade 3 and not having the kind of foundation, and then we have the 3-year PEP series of exams showing us again the challenges with math, we are going to be expecting that the math outcomes at grade 11 are going to be what they are. I am by no means saying that the children should not make good progress, but we also have to look at the composition of the examination. And is the examination testing for what is really necessary now and what is going to be necessary in the future? Maybe we need to go back to the days of having basic math and general math. We also need to look at City and Guild's performance, and that should give us a better picture.
Meanwhile, Mona High School Principal Kevin Jones believes that many of the issues plaguing the education sector are not for lack of adequate resources, but rather changes in student attitudes.
Money is not the fix. It's not the solution to all the problems plaguing the educational system. When you look at things like poor parenting and looking at the social factors in the society, that's also one of the things. I just spoke about parents not providing the necessary support to their kids and the and giving them the necessary resources. You have some moral issues, some ethical issues. There are students who no longer see the importance of education. It is not important in the home. They come to school late. They don't study. So no amount of billions of dollars that you pump into the system will fix that sort of thing. From where I sit as the headmaster of Mona High School, I can tell you this: the issue for our students is not necessarily cognitive, it's psychosocial. It's the social issues. It's individual attitude. It's their behavior. It's their views on education. You see, when education is not important in the home, the child doesn't see it as important at school.
Still on education, the ministry responsible says the sector is in good shape and says schools may reopen by September 2. Education Minister Favour Williams announced at a post-cabinet press briefing on Wednesday that while over 300 schools were impacted by Hurricane Beryl, priority is being given to those most severely damaged.
So you can imagine that because we had so many schools damaged and such a short period of time in which to repair the damage, we had to prioritize which schools got fixed and when. So as we looked at the 362 schools, we had to place them in priority groups. So priority 1 would be the severely damaged schools, 107 of those. And we know we definitely had to do the work to get those fixed in order for them to be up and ready. Priority 2 schools are schools that are moderately damaged. What's damaged at those schools can be fixed while schools are in session. And priority 3, minor damage, 116 of those schools. And again, they can open come September 2nd. And during the school year, we attend to the damage that was done.
On an encouraging note, the Guardian Life Group has awarded their top male and female PEP students in their recent awards ceremony. Speaking on Sunrise this morning was Assistant Brand Manager for the Trafalgar Financial Centre, Claudette Richards, along with the top boy and top girl prize winners.
As a corporate citizen and or philanthropy, we have been doing this award for 18 years. Guardian Life is actually celebrating 25 years this year. And for 18 years, we help parents, our policyholders, we look for their children to help them with, education is very good. It is what we use for social upliftment in the family.
I was very pleased with myself that all my hard work and sacrifices and late nights paid off.
Absolutely, and you?
When I learned that I was awarded this scholarship, I felt a mix of excitement and pride.
Our teacher, she prepared us really well. She made us do a lot of practice. She gave us a lot of homework, a lot of book work. So you just have to stay focused and be determined.
You really need to prioritize the things that are most important at the time. Me personally, I had a lot of extracurriculars during the exams, so I had to focus on what's more important at each time.
Stay with us. CVM News at Noon continues after this.
Candy Craze, your one-stop shop for everything sweet. Got a craving? Planning a party? We've got you covered. With over 200 different types of candies and chocolates, you're sure to find your favorite here. Create your own ice cream flavor by mixing in your favorite toppings or enjoy our delicious milkshakes, blizzards, dip cones, and Belgian waffle ice cream sandwich sundaes. Visit Candy Craze at Progressive Plaza Barbican and upstairs Fontana Waterloo. Candy Craze, making every moment sweeter.
Recycling Partners of Jamaica, Yeah, we got to make a change, and we have to do it now, can't wait for later. We put plastic in its place, and we all can agree that will be safer than in the gullies and in the drains. Recycling partners of Jamaica, we put plastic in its place. Yeah, the place have to clean. PET, the top of the ethylene. HDPE, buckle up get screen. Baby to granny, everybody roping. Yeah, we got to go green, you know what I mean. See the sign from the bin, if we drop it in through car window, you flick, that another thing. And we don't want no garbage in this game. No, we handle it up, bug them, I know the same. So listen up, Jamaica, I'm saying it's time to make a change. Recycling partners of Jamaica, we put plastic in its place, and we all can agree that will be safer than in the gullies in the every range. Recycling partners of Jamaica, we put plastic in its place.
You're watching CVM News at noon. The Health Ministry is again under fire, with the People's National Party expressing concern about the long wait time for dialysis treatment. The party's General Secretary, Dr. Dayton Campbell, says in addition to high costs, the time spent waiting is untenable. Courtney Lewis has more in this report.
It's said that 1 in 7 Jamaicans is likely to develop kidney disease or related renal issues in their lifetime. This statistic is just one of the reasons General Secretary of the People's National Party, Dr. Dayton Campbell, is hitting out at the government again. Dr. Campbell says the wait for dialysis is just too long.
At the Kingston Public Hospital, there is a waiting list for dialysis that is 8,000 people. At the University Hospital of the West Indies, there's a waiting list for dialysis that is 6,000 people. It means that if your kidney go bad, you have to go places with somebody with the list, on the machine now dead, so you can go on it.
In Campbell's view, the woes of a dialysis patient don't stop there. He also says the average Jamaican cannot afford the high cost of health care.
It costs $10,000 to $12,000 per treatment, and you have to do it at least 3 times per week. So that is at least $30,000 per week. 4 weeks in the month, $120,000. The dialysis treatment for the same month is 120, 2 times the minimum wage. So anybody who would have a minimum wage who's kidney no good, you know where you go.
Meanwhile, Dr. Campbell also had a diagnosis for the agricultural sector, insisting Jamaicans haven't maximized on the country's agricultural potential. He explains different farming opportunities can be made available in urban spaces.
The matter is dire, it's serious. It is at a breaking point. But somehow, we have not sufficiently educated our people about agriculture as a viable option for them to transform their lives. If you live in a town, you can do hydroponics. Right in your local yard space where you have there. You can set up hydroponics. Hydro mean water. The nutrients are in a water solution, and you don't have to use soil. So you can literally use some PVC pipes, boom, 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 set them up so.
He adds the concerns are not politically motivated, but are centered around positive change.
When we say we need change, we don't mean say just because we don't like labor rights and because we are PNP. We need change because people's lives depend on change.
Courtney Lewis for CVM News.
More to come after this.